Hello, this is International Delight. I'm your host, Johan,
And I am Giovanni Villalobos.
and today we're gonna be making chicken tacos. Now let's move on to our ingredients.
Alright guys, these are the ingredients we are going to use. We have cilantro right here, a white onion, and in here we have 2 cut chicken thighs. And right here we got onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and some flavor packets.
Alright, now let's get started on the cooking. Start off, you would have needed 2 cut chicken breasts. Now to continue, we're gonna take some seasoning. First, we're gonna take some onion and garlic powder, sprinkle that upon our chicken. We're also gonna take a little bit of salt. We're gonna take one of these packets and sprinkle it on here. Hold up while I get it open. And what you're gonna need to do, make sure you washed your hands before this. You're gonna have to mix it around. And you gotta make sure all of these seasonings are deep within each piece of chicken. And make sure everything is good before you are done. Make sure all the seasoning is mixed and make sure there's nothing left after you mix it. Now, I can't stress this enough. Make sure you wash your hands. Don't be that disgusting person that never washes their hands because no one likes you. Alright, I think now let's do it a little bit more. And look at that. Look at that. Look at how orange it is. This is going to be delicious. Now our next step is to start off with our grill. Now that we have everything prepared, we're going to start cooking our chicken. Now, let me get it out of the bowl. Here it sizzles.
You should spread it out.
Oh Jesus, like smoke in my eyes. It sure does hurt, doesn't it? Now you're gonna want to leave this on your oven. Not your oven, your grill for a little bit. Now, you want to make sure it is fully cooked because no one besides people that are really disgusting, like you, Steve, eat their chicken medium rare. You never eat it medium rare. You make sure it's always cooked. Okay, Steve? That's why you keep getting salmonella.
We will cut back to when the chicken is done cooking. This is going to be the last part about making the tacos, and it's putting it all together. First, you start off with the chicken. This is going to be the main part of a chicken taco. You can just put as much as you want. Doesn't matter what you can use your hands. Just put it all together. Once you're done with that, you can close it up. Now you can add cilantro and onions first. We're gonna add a bit of cilantro. Not much, not too little.
Look at how delicious that is. Pure, authentic cuisine from your local Kroger.
And now, lastly, we are going to put onions. Of course, these should add a bunch of flavor to it. So it's not just chicken or cilantro, but also onion. But make sure not to add too much as it can overpower every other flavor. And there you have it, the first taco.
Don't forget one more piece. But however, remember, Giovanni, there is one more ingredient.
Oh yes, how could I forget? We also have the finishing touches. Salsa verde. You use a spoon for this. Because you can't do it with your hand, you can't do it with anything else.
Also what the Californians call it, salsa verde.
We do not like them at all.
Hate them.
Oof.
Now don't be scared with your salsa verde. That's where you can add more to it. Make sure you have enough that it properly covers your ingredients. You might need to use a couple spoonfuls, but don't worry. As long as you have enough that it succeeds your palate, that is good for us.
And there you have it, a taco fully finished.
Look at that. Yum, yum, yum. This has been International Delights, and we love to wish you a good day. Have a good night, everyone. Hello, I'm Johan from International Delights, and as you know, you just witnessed us cooking nice tacos. However, I did want to delve a little bit into what is the agriculture of our products, the ingredients we used. Now, I want to start off with chicken. Chicken actually originate from an animal called Southeast Asian red jungle fowl. Then they were first domesticated in India around the year 2000 BC. However, most chicken used for consumption nowadays come from either British Cornish chickens or White Rock chickens, and usually they originated in New England. Now, chickens usually prefer a warm climate, usually between 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and usually are raised with intensive agricultural practices. Usually, they're raised in very smaller, labor-intensive environments. You usually don't see bigger things for chickens. Usually, it's with small plots of land. Now, and here's a fun fact about the technology used. AI has been used to help raise chickens and doing other things in order to help with the production. And land use wise, if you wanted to raise chickens yourself, you would need about 10 square feet for each chicken. Usually 10 square feet is usually a requirement, because that's, if you have anything less than that, the chicken's not going to be able to really live comfortably. Now, next up, I wanted to talk about onions as our second ingredient on the list. Usually, this is much less detailed compared to chickens, but they just originated in Central Asia, and they're a temperate crop. Usually, they are grown in temperate environments, but spectacularly, they can also grow in tropical and subtropical environments, but in order to get your best crops, grow them in, mild climates, usually temperate. However, they do need excess rainfall for growth, and as well as chickens, they're intensive, and often are needed to be often fertilized. And robots. Yes, I sure do love me some robots, to be more clear. People have been producing robots which have helped both seed and weed onion shallots, which can help fend off things such as insects like flies, maybe. However, and also something else I wanted to talk about with onions specifically is with something called the von Funen model. Usually help to describe where things are in relative to a market. Now, I wanted to talk about that first ring, which is what onions are in. First ring is usually for things such as dairy and produce. The reason why they're usually within the first ring is because it's really simple. They're perishable, and if you have them farther away, it's going to take longer to transport, and those things might perish before going to the market. Now, not only will that lower transportation costs for them being closer, they won't have to worry about them perishing. And also, something that is cool about onions is they really help with economics for things like supermarkets, because compared to other vegetables, they do have longer shelf life. Usually, and because of that, they're able to stand on shelves longer, and you don't have to get more when compared to other crops, which allows that original bunch to be more of that original bunch of onions to be sold more, which can help with profits, considering now I don't have to buy more onions, or at least as much as I needed to if those perished. And now finally, I wanted to talk about cilantro. Now, cilantro first originated in parts of southern Asia and Europe, and usually prefers colder climates, usually within seasons of the spring or fall, and is a labor-intensive crop. Whereas when labor is used, it's usually done within small confines, and something is that it doesn't really have a big impact within our environment when compared to other crops. If you were to use them, it really doesn't do anything bad to them. It doesn't erode the soil. However, that shouldn't mean you should only grow cilantro. I feel like common sense, But I just want to give you this little segment. Everyone should know stuff about the food you eat. Like, you don't know where it comes from. You don't know if I grabbed that chicken with my hands. You saw how I did that chicken. You don't know if I washed my hands or not. They could be dirty. Sorry for that. But no joke, really, you should learn about food. It's crazy, the thing behind it, how, like, it really, I like it. I love learning about it. It's crazy. Just learning about stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't known that's where chicken originated from. I wouldn't known that robots were used to help with onions. Like, who just knows about that? Like, it's kind of cool. And I just wanted to let y'all know that deep in my heart, I want you to know I love the stuff I'm learning. And as this project, I love the class I'm in for this project, and I love the teacher. And this isn't for sympathy grade. I genuinely am saying this because I love the class. And this is International Delights, signing off.